Say hello now and congrats to Mario Mullen here on ESPN Radio 94.1. Coach, thanks for joining us. How's it feel to be the head man over there at Ocean Lakes High School?
First of all, thank you for having me on. It's an honor and a pleasure to be on. It feels great. I'm very excited about the opportunity that was given to me by the Ocean Lakes administration and the Ocean Lakes AD, Mr. John Williams. So I'm very excited.
And taking over in a time here in late August where there's so much going on in our world. We know about the virus. We know about the social unrest in our world. It's really been hitting us all very, very hard. And I imagine that you are excited about getting that chance to interact with the guys and speak with them. But you've been involved with the Dolphin family and community. Correct me if I'm wrong. You were with Coach Nick Mace the last couple of years, right?
Yes, sir, I was. For the last 2 years, I was his assistant coach.
Okay, what things did you kind of pick up from him and some others that have been influences for you here on this coaching journey?
Like you said, I mean, first of all, I wanted to say, yes, I've been in contact with the guys. We are, with the return to play, doing conditioning and everything. So we're trying to build that bond and strengthen the team that way. A couple of things I picked up from Coach Mace. The first thing was preparation, being prepared. He was a very good coach, and he prepared very well. His thing was if you, like I said, if you're ready, you don't have to get ready, and just, preparation.
Hey, Mario, Ed Young here. Congrats, my man, on first opportunity to lead your own program. I was telling Matt I hadn't heard much rumors about the program over there, but I think they hit a home run with you. Your background is tremendous, and you've had a hand with those youngsters as an assistant. Now you'll be in charge and put your own thumbprint on that. So congrats to you on that part.
I appreciate it, Coach Young. You and I, we go way back. We go back to the Moore and Bayside, Granby and Bayside games.
Yeah, and I talked about, Matt had asked me, he said, my days at Norview, did I go up against Bayside? And I told him, we try to avoid Bayside as much as possible. You guys were loaded back then. I mean, oh my God, Williams, Melvin, Mario Mullen. You guys had a guard. Who was the little guard on that team, the point guard?
Warrington Parker.
Parker, yes.
Yeah,
about 5'9", water bug all over the place.
Yeah,
and of course, now this gets me to, sets up what I wanted to say. You were led by a man who I have tremendous respect for, one of the greatest all time in the state of Virginia. Forget the area. Head coach Ron Jenkins. I'm sure you will be taking some things into battle that you picked up for Ron. And what were some of the things that Coach Jenkins helped you in molding you?
Yes, sir. And with that being said, I just spoke with him 2 days ago. We talked a little bit, and I've asked him, once everything gets going, to come in and, talk to the guys and come in and, just let him know how we grew up and what things he, prepared us for. He was a hardworking coach. I love the guy. He was very hardworking. He was a big stickler on the camaraderie and being a team. Like I said, he prepared just like Coach Mace did. Like I said, he's well respected in the community. So he was a great coach.
Can you give us a favorite, now that you're a grown man, have your own program? Can you give us a Coach Jenkins story that you would have never said a few years back?
We have a lot of them.
Because most of us on the coaching side know him as a mild-mannered, no-nonsense guy, but I'm sure as players you all have a little different perspective. Maybe you all got him hot in practice or certain things that he did and said certain ways about himself.
Like I said, it's a lot of stories. I can remember one, he hated, because during that time, the NBA All-Star game was around the same time, high school basketball. He hated, the All-Star game and the dunk contest and all that stuff, because we used to come in practice and try to emulate what we saw on TV. Mm-hmm. It got him hot. We would have, certain players, who would try to, like, to emulate those things, and we would mess up and he would run us. I can remember we ran probably about for 20, 30 minutes straight without a basketball. So, he definitely hated that time. There was another time, too, where we tried to go on strike, because during the time we wore Converse shoes, and they were pretty good at that time. Had, the Magic Johnson came out with the weapons. but we wanted to wear Nike. We came out in a game with our own shoes. He was hot after that game, and we barely won. And after that, we had practice the next day, and that's another time he ran us to death. So yeah, he like I said, he was very, very straight guy, and stuck to the strip, and he didn't want to deviate from the plan too much. So yeah, I have some more stories, but I don't think I can say those. So
well, those are two good ones. That second one, I had that same experience, and I remember telling the fellas, I was so hot. All I said to them was, "God help you if you don't win tonight." I think we won by 30, and right, we had an extra long practice the next 2 days.
Exactly.
So, one more crazy question: who imitated Coach Jenkins the best when he wasn't around? And if it was you, then say Mario Mullen.
No. I would say Warrington Parker.
There you go. I was going to say that name too, but I wanted you to do it.
I would say Warrington. Yeah.
We're talking with Mario Mullen. He's the new head basketball coach of the Ocean Lakes Dolphins, starred and was the AAA Player of the Year at Bayside High in Virginia Beach, and also was a 4-year starter at Old Dominion. It's 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on ESPN Radio 94.1. And all you fans out there, whether you're an Ocean Lakes fan, a Bayside fan, an ODU fan, or just 757 basketball fan, you can give Coach a follow on Twitter at mmullen24. That's mmullen24. And sort of piggybacking on what Coach Young hit on with you there, Mario, I think you can draw back on a lot of the experience you had there playing for Coach Jenkins, then your time there at Bayside, and then at Old Dominion. I imagine you had some memorable games like that big upset of Villanova in the NCAA Tournament as a 14 seed. You had a double-double that day with 16 points and 10 rebounds. How much can that help in terms of motivating and inspiring your kids now at Ocean Lakes? Because you've done it at a high level as a AAA State Player of the Year and at Old Dominion to kind of show them that path they need to go on to get to that level.
I just want them to buy into what I'm trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish as a team. Like you said, I played for some great coaches. I mean, from, the late great Jeff Capel to Oliver Purnell, Coach Jenkins. I played for a great, coach in prep school with Max Good. So I want to try to take everything I've learned from all those guys and incorporate it into what we're trying to do. So the biggest thing is, having the kids to buy in and have that confidence.
And looking at this coming year, I mean, they just came out the VHSL. It looks like it's going to be a 14-game schedule maximum count. I'm hearing it's probably going to be just a closed Beach District. And right now, the Beach District's got some teams the last 2-3 years that have either won a share of state title like Green Run did this past year, Lansdowne the year before. We know Cox and Salem won regional championships. I think the Beach District has gained a greater reputation. We know about the Eastern District and the Peninsula District for being kind of that tough, hard-nosed basketball for many, many years, and still is. But I think there's a lot of good contenders to help your guys grow this coming year and beyond.
It is. I think each school, from Cox to Kentsville, they're great teams and well-coached teams. Got some great coaches. Each night is going to be a dogfight. Like I said, you got guys that can play, and like I said, the Beach District is coming back around to where it used to be. So each school, you have to come out and play hard each night, and your opponent is not going to just lay down and let you come out there and win. So like I said, we have to come, we have to bring it each and every game. So.
Well, Mario, I think too, being a new coach, there has to be a little bit of that frustration you mentioned earlier in the interview, where you got to get a chance to meet all the kids, and also being a new coach, you'll probably have a lot more people trying out that you're not as familiar with in the past, and the chance to really interact with them is going to be tough because you're all not in school yet. What plan of attack with all that have you done? Of course, knowing that we're not scheduled to play until December, and we're all keeping our fingers crossed that can happen. And of course, that could change at any moment.
Like you said, I'm going to welcome any and everyone who want to come out and try out for the team. The doors open, and just being prepared and doing my homework. Just knowing that it can be a council. Like you said, I hope it doesn't. But just being open to everyone and receiving it, and getting with the coaching staff and evaluate talent as much as we can.
Now, are you guys allowed to begin preseason workouts now, or are you on wait? Or because I know we can't.
Well, we with the return to play, we are conditioning right now, but and that's outside. We can't do anything else. So that's we're waiting just like everyone else is to find out and figure out the next steps. So we're just conditioning and running and trying to get our stamina down.
Coach, I brought this up to Ed earlier in the show, and I'll do so to you now. There's so much going on in our world with the social unrest, and we saw this past week the NBA with its boycott. I imagine these things touch you very deeply. Kind of share with us some experiences you've had, and then what kind of the conversations are like kind of behind the curtain to a degree, and how much you'll be addressing these things with your young men there at Ocean Lakes High School.
Like you said, it does really touch home. Being an African American male, I'm having these conversations not only with my players but with my sons. Just basically be the best person you can be. Be an outstanding citizen, be kind to everyone. And once we get back fully as a team, we're going to address those issues and let the team talk and try to build that camaraderie and build a brotherhood. Through team activity, team functions. Just starting with a conversation. That's where it starts. If we have dialogue with each other and be open and honest, I think we can possibly get through this. Like I said, it's very concerning at this moment. But starting with dialogue, I think that's where it starts.
Indeed. Well, I'm looking forward to the great times there on 885 Schumann Drive in Virginia Beach. They got themselves a good one in Mario Mullen, the new head basketball coach of the Dolphins. Thank you so much for your time. And Ed doesn't remember how many points and rebounds you had against him head to head, but maybe we'll count up some of those. You can take him right now 1-on-1. He's got 2 bad knees. You'll just take care of him right now in the parking lot.
I think we did a good job on shutting Mario down. I think I covered 6. I think we had 6 guys on him.
You can't do that.
Well, I know one thing. We both would probably need an oxygen tank and a few, the paramedics out there because I know my knees and my back are pretty shot. And,
you're a young gun, man. There ain't no way I'm going out there against you. I'm taking a half-court shot. If I hit the rim, I win. Game over.
Right, exactly.
Well, Coach, thank you again for the time. Best wishes to you and your family and the Dolphins over there, and we'll keep in touch, all right?
Right. I appreciate having me on here. This is a great show. People, please follow. It was a great time and an honor to be on here.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Mario.
That is Mario Mullen, the former Bayside High School star and Old Dominion Monarch, of course, was part of that big upset when they knocked off Villanova as a 14 seed. And now the new head man of the Ocean Lakes Dolphins with us here on 757 Saturday Sports Talk. We've got more to do, including going over what happened with the VHSL this week, how it affects sports like Ed and Mario's with basketball, football. We would be talking about Friday Night Football last night ordinarily. I'm so heartbroken about that, and other sports as well. And we'll do some over-unders, too, before we bid adieu on this Saturday edition of the program right here on your Connection for Sports, ESPN Radio 94.1.